Welcome to Animated Discussions. My friends call me D, and today, all right, Mr. Tamel, I'm ready for my close up.
All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Sunset Boulevard follows Joe Gillis, a down on his luck writer trying to find a way to make a quick buck. While trying to escape some repo men, he meets Norma Desmond, a silent film star who has been pushed aside as talkies grow in popularity.
I must apologize for not calling you.
You'd better. I'm very angry.
Gillis strikes up a deal with Desmond in the hopes of being able to swindle the old actress and ends up biting off more than he can chew.
The poor dope. He always wanted a pool.
This movie stars Gloria Swanson, William Holden, Eric von Stroheim, and was directed by Billy Wilder. Guys, this is a safe space, right? We can share, we can be honest. The only reason I chose this movie next was because I saw Nicole Scherzinger's performance of As If We Never Said Goodbye. And had to know what this was about. I hadn't read a premise. I just saw her performance, made me cry. First of all, Nicole, kudos, beautiful, phenomenal. And I was like, I have to know what this is about. I have to know what this is about. So I watched the movie. I am so glad I did. This movie is everything, gagging. It's giving everything. I'm in love with it. This is something I realized though. I'm loving almost every movie. There's only one movie that I reviewed that I did not like. And I feel like that makes it hard to be a review channel. And I don't know what to do with that information. But the heart loves what the heart loves, and we're just going to keep reviewing movies I like, apparently.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me.
The character development in this movie completely goes to Gillis. He starts as a swindler, hoping to find a quick fix to fix his money problems, starts to actually worry about Norma, cares about her in his own way, becomes the best sugar baby, becomes a terrible friend, actually falls in love, and decides to move home and accept defeat when he realizes he can't be what people need and isn't who he'd like to be. I liked watching Holden's performance because in a lot of ways, to me, Gillis was an irredeemable character until the end and until it was too late. Gillis pissed me off. His whole goal was to take advantage of Norma. And then when a friend lets him live with him, he starts to flirt with his girl. Like, no good qualities? You're not even going to be grateful for your homie? Ho's going to be ho, so I couldn't blame Tammy. Anyways. And then he lies to Betty, trying to hide the fact that he's a sugar baby with Norma. Here's what's frustrating. I understand like struggling and so trying to get your money up. I'm all for it, but there's a difference between trying to get your money up and just a revelation of character. And Gillis's character gets reinforced over and over and over again. Every decision he makes is selfish. He talks about how much he hates Hollywood, but he really is the embodiment of Hollywood. He's the embodiment of what he feels like Hollywood is, this selfish man eat man environment. And he is this selfish man eat man person where everyone is just there for his gain at this point. As far as performance goals, Holden did a very good job. I felt like he was a very good character to follow. He played that of the witness, the character that learns the world as the audience learns the world. And I've noticed that that character tends to be a pretty stable person. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not as if they don't emote or feel things or have highs and lows, but they are the one that has the logic that the audience tends to have. And as the audience is asking questions, they tend to ask questions. And as the world is crazy, everyone around them is like, you don't understand. That character is the one who's like, this is insane. What do you mean this is normal?
Don't worry, Evelyn. It's organic.
And I think Holden was a very good job for that character. It's a fun character to follow, and it helps the audience learn without things being too obvious. And there are a lot of different ways that the character can start to make adjustments. For example, the character could abandon their logic completely and fully embrace that world. The character can bring people from that world into their world to find like a happy medium, or that character could not survive that logic. And I think Holden did a very good job of being this character that people could relate to as they're watching. They felt the crescendos he felt, the questions that the audience had, he seemed to ask at the appropriate time. And I think that says a lot to the writing of the movie, that it flowed so well that it almost led the audience to ask these questions that then Holden would ask. It's not easy. And I think the writing was very good. Swanson bodied her role. She was everything. She felt everything. Her mannerisms, her movements, her vulnerability.
I'm unwell.
The way she would talk, it's like, I am big. It's the pictures that got small. She just felt it, and it was so beautiful to watch her performance. It was also interesting to watch how she showcased that Desmond needed love on two different levels. One, she wanted the love of the audience. She wanted to be welcomed back as someone people adored. But two, that love that she wanted from Gillis. And I think what was interesting about Gillis is, I think Gillis was also a manifestation of her wanting love intimately, but also because he was so much younger than her, I think it subconsciously her thought was, if I could get Gillis to love me, I could get everyone in his generation to love me as an actress. And so he had so much responsibility that he wasn't aware of. He represented the audience that had kind of abandoned her at this point, who didn't love her, who didn't watch her movies. And watching her try to navigate this and being rich and haughty and still having the money and technically still having all the awards and kind of the accolades, people who know movies would respect her, but not having the ability to do what she loved and needing to be loved through that medium. Guys, beautiful. It was beautiful. And I also thought it was great that they got someone who used to do silent films for this role, because I feel like she could not emphasize, empathize. Words are hard. I feel like she could
Get it together, man.
I feel like she could empathize with Norma as a character. Now, granted, she was younger when the transition to talkies happened. She was able to make it. It seemed like she was able to make that transition very smoothly because she was very successful, even doing talkies. All those photos, I was like, where'd they get all these photos in her living room? And then I realized, oh, because she's phenomenal. She's been doing this forever, and I love seeing that. Stronheim was rough for me because his character had a depth that I didn't understand until it was literally told to us. His character really kind of creeped me out, which was the goal. He was supposed to be a creepy character, but I did not realize how deep his love for her went. But like, also, how did I miss it when this shot existed? And his love for her, this is controversial, reminds me of Snape from Harry Potter.
Snipe, Severus Snape.
Where the love just goes too far and it's unhealthy and it's not safe. And a lot of people say that they love how much Snape loved Lily. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's not why we're here. We're not here for that. We're here for Stronheim. Okay? Focus. You're nasty. All I'm saying is, I really appreciated how, to me, the reason for his devotion was not obvious. He just seemed like a very creepy fan. And then seeing how his love kept him there.
I could have continued my career, only I found everything unendurable after she had left me. You see, I was her first husband.
And he was like, I don't even want to direct you anymore. I just want to be around you. And for Norma to be used to that kind of love and then not get it, no wonder she had this desire to get it back. To have someone love you so much that they left and couldn't direct anymore and came back as your butler. That's, no one man should have all that power. That's so mind-blowing. And I think Stronheim did a very good job playing Max in that, because Wow. I was thinking a lot about character development in this movie, and what's interesting about Desmond is I don't think she goes through any character development. I think she just goes further down into who she is and further down into her insecurities and her desires. And one would say murder is a huge character flaw, personally, but I also think that it's interesting that that is trying to figure out how to word this. Her who she is, her and who she is. I'm so eloquent. I'm so eloquent. Because she was not loved before, and because the only love she ever received was through camera and film, her insecurities run so deep. And so her desire to be loved, her desire to be seen, her desire to be everything for everybody is what leads her down this path. And so it's not a character change that she kills this person. It's unfortunately a fate of like, this is what happens when you don't take care of yourself and you need love from external people and no one's giving it to you, and now you don't know what to do with yourself. You know what I mean? It further again cements who she is. Like when we go back to Gillis cements who he is constantly. And it only changes once he realizes he can't bring Betty into this life. And him being a jerk to Betty at the end was the most selfless thing he had done throughout the whole movie. And it cost him, unfortunately, even the decision to leave, to be like, I'm going home. I'm not built for this. And I need to stop ruining people's lives. That him finally making the right choice is what led to such a horrible ending. And it makes me wonder, think about it this way, it makes me wonder, at what point are your bad decisions too far for you to turn back? Like, at what point was it too, had he reached the point of no return and it was resulted in his death? Was there anything, any decision that was like, this is the decision where I can now not turn back, I'm stuck here? Because he had so many chances to do it right before and he didn't. My theory is the decision when he came back after the New Year's, I think it was New Year's party, when he was staying, he was going to stay with his friend. I don't think Desmond should have died, but I think if he had stood his ground, he would still be alive. And anything after that, if he had tried to leave anytime after that, led to what happened. So, character development. Is okay, here's another thing. Here's what's fascinating. If my argument is correct that Norma Desmond does not go through any character development, which means she does not go through a change of values, and murder was the case, does that mean that murder is part of her character? I have questions, guys. This is what I love about studying character development, is it becomes a psychological, philosophical thing of like, what's the line? You know what I mean? I'm nosy. I have questions. I'm intrigued. The ending was super tragic. It makes me sad. Like, Gillis obviously didn't need to die, but Desmond only being able to realize her dreams by losing control of reality, it makes me wonder the danger of dreams, you know? It's also interesting to me in the devastation of this movie being so sad. The ending is what completely transforms this movie for me. This movie wouldn't be the same movie if Norma hadn't snapped. And there's so much weight about at the end of the movie. I felt the same way about Sinners when you realize Sammy chose music anyway. There's so much heaviness there, and the gravity of it is insane. And in the midst of all that, Norma is happy and safe and broken. And it was in her breaking that led her to feel happy and safe again. And oh, that's devastating. Overall, I think this movie was amazing. So good. I want to do more deep dive, more study about it, learn what I can. So many questions. If you have anything you want to add, don't forget to put it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I hope you have an amazing day and see you later.